Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of Rajasthan Public Service Exam Geology 2016 question paper, and I hope this is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NetGate, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 2. Coming to the first question. A type of extinction in which the vibration directions bisect the angles between the two sets of cleavages is called A. Oblique extinction, B. Straight extinction, C. Wavy extinction, and D. Symmetrical extinction. So the correct option is symmetrical extinction. In optical mineralogy, the phenomenon which occurs when the vibration direction of the light bisects the angles between the two sets of cleavages is known as a symmetrical extinction. So the correct option is D. Next question. Which one is a high temperature feldspar? A. Orthoclase, B. Sanidine, C. Microcline, and D. Albite. So the correct option is C. B. Sanidine. Sanidine is the highest temperature potash feldspar, and this is of medium, whereas the orthoclase is of medium temperature and microcline is of low temperature. Sanidine, it generally occurs as metastable crystals in rapidly cooling volcanic rocks, that means in the form of the idiomorphic phenocrysts. So sanidine is the high temperature feldspar. Next question. A crystallographic open form usually consists of 4, also 6, 8 and 12 phases, and each phase of which is parallel to the vertical axis and cuts one or more horizontal axis at equal or unequal distances is known as A. Pyramid, B. Pinacoid, and C. Prism, D. Dome. So the correct option is C. Prism. A prism is a 3 or more phased form wherein the crystal faces are all parallel to the same line. And if the faces are parallel, they are all parallel, then they cannot completely enclose the space. So the correct option is C. Prism. Next question. Hemi-orthodome is also termed as, or it's also described as A. Horizontal pyramid, B. Vertical pyramid, C. Vertical prism, D. Horizontal prism. Hemi-orthodome is also described as a vertical pyramid. So here the vertical pyramid is also known as a hemi-orthodome, and it is defined as a pinacoid which is parallel to the ortho axis and cutting the vertical axis and clino axis in a crystal. Next question. What is birefringence value of nepheline? A. 0.007, B. 0.009, C. 0.004 and D. 0.010. The birefringence value of nepheline is 0.004. Next question. The eutectic intergrowth of orthoclase and quartz produce well-known rock known as A. Graphic granite, B. Perthite, C. Graphic rhyolite, and D. Cyanide. The eutectic intergrowth of orthoclase and quartz produce graphic granite. So graphic granite is found predominantly in granitic pegmatite, and it is a leucochromatic granitic rock consisting of an intimate intergrowth of alkali feldspar and quartz with a distinctive texture as ancient cuneiform writing when viewed in certain cross sections. So the eutectic intergrowth of orthoclase and quartz produces graphic granite. A is the correct option. Next question. A texture of igneous rock in which most of the crystals are anhedral and equal in size is called A. Peridiomorphic texture, B. Hypidiomorphic texture, and C. Allotriomorphic texture, and D. None of the above. So the correct option is C. Allotriomorphic. Allotriomorphic, it refers to the texture in which all the component mineral grains are anhedral. So C is the correct option. Next question. An igneous rock which give musical sound under the hammer is A. Cyanide, B. Andesite, C. Lamprophytes, and D. Phonolite. So the correct option is D. Phonolite. Phonolite is nothing but any member of a group of extrusive or volcanic igneous rocks that are rich in nepheline and potash feldspar. And the typical phonolite, it is a fine grain and it is a compact igneous rock that splits into thin tough plates which make a ringing sound when struck by a hammer, and hence the rock has name known as a phonolite. So D is the correct option. Next question. The gem quality of olivine is A. Peridot, B. Epidot, C. Monticelite, and D. Phyllite. So the gem quality of olivine is known as a peridot. Peridot is a gem variety of the mineral olivine, and its chemical composition includes iron and magnesium, and iron is the cause of the attractive yellowish green color, and the gem this often occurs in volcanic rocks called basalts, which are rich in these two elements. So the gem quality of olivine is known as a peridot. A is the correct option. Next question. What is albite anorthite molecule percentage in andesine? A. Albite 90 to 70 and anorthite 10 to 30. B. Albite 70 to 50 and anorthite 30 to 50. C. Albite 50 to 30 and anorthite 50 to 70. And D. Albite 30 to 10 and anorthite 70 to 90. So the albite anorthite molecule percentage in andesine is albite is 50 to 30 and anorthite is 50 to 70. C is the correct option. Next question. A metamorphic zone bearing high temperature, very high uniform pressure and feeble or nil directed pressure is termed as A. AP zone, B. Mesozone, and C. Catazone, and D. None of these. A metamorphic zone which have a high temperature and very high uniform pressure and very nil directed pressure is known as a catazone. C is the correct option. Next question. Quaquaversal dip is associated with A. Basin, B. Dome, C. Anticline, D. Syncline. Quaquaversal dip is associated with the dome. B is the correct option. So quaquaversal dip means the strata dipping away in all directions from a center. In dome, strata dips away from the center of the dome structure. So B is the correct option. Next question. Lahar deposits are formed by A. Volcanic clastic sediments, B. Detrital sediments, C. Organic sediments, and D. Chemical sediments. Lahar deposits are formed by volcanic clastic sediments. So volcanic processes that generate volcanic clastic sediment, they occur on a variety of the scales, and lahar deposits, they can bury valley floors and lowland alluvial fans or thinly draped narrow corridors leaving maybe along the river channels. So lahar deposits are formed by volcanoclastic sediments. A is the correct option. Next question. Deposit of calcium carbonate surrounding orifice of a spring is known as A. Calc tuff, B. Calc sinter, C. Travertine, and D. All of these. So the deposit of calcium carbonate surrounding orifice of a spring is known as a calc tuff, calc sinter, travertine, and all. So that's why D is the correct option. Next question. Identify the correct sequence from low grade to high grade metamorphic rock. A. Schist, slate, gneiss and phyllite. B. Slate, phyllite, schist and gneiss. And C. Slate, schist, phyllite, gneiss. And D. Slate, phyllite, gneiss, schist. So the correct sequence from the low grade to the high grade is slate is the low grade, next is the phyllite, followed by schist and followed by gneiss. Gneiss is the highest grade metamorphic rock. So that's why the options from this B is the correct option. Next question. When granite intruded into limestone, the resultant rock due to contact metamorphism will be A. Eclogite, B. Carbonatite, C. Skarn, and D. Calcschist. So the correct option is Skarn. C. Skarn. So skarn deposits are economically valuable as sources of metals such as tin, tungsten, manganese, copper, gold, lead, zinc, nickel, molybdenum, and iron. So skarn is nothing but it is formed by a variety of metasomatic processes during metamorphism between two adjacent lithologic units, and when granite intrudes into a limestone and the resulting rock which is formed due to contact metamorphism is skarn. C is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following is a pyroclastic rock? A. Pitchstone, B. Obsidian, C. Ignimbrite, and D. Rhyolite. So the correct option is C. Ignimbrite. Ignimbrite is a welded pyroclastic rock which contains an abundant flattened juvenile class which originally they are from the pumice, and the flattened class with ignimbrites are termed as flame, and they range from lapilli size, that means less than 2 millimeters, to block size, that is greater than 64 millimeters. The layered texture produced by flame is termed as a eutaxitic texture. So here ignimbrite is a pyroclastic rock. C is the correct option. Next question. Carbonatite is A. Sedimentary rock, B. Metamorphic rock, C. Intrusive igneous rock, and D. Extrusive igneous rock. So carbonatite is a intrusive igneous rock. So carbonatite is a type of the intrusive or igneous rock which is defined by metallurgical composition and consisting of greater than 50% carbonate minerals. So C is the correct option. Next question. Labradorite is distinguished from quartz by A. Luster, B. Hardness, C. Fracture, and D. Cleavage. So labradorite is distinguished from quartz by hardness because labradorite is a plagioclase feldspar and it has a hardness of 6, whereas the quartz it will have a hardness of 7 on the Mohs scale. So that's why B is the correct option. Next question. The drifting of the continents began during A. Late Precambrian, C. Permo-Carboniferous, C. Mesozoic, and D. Ordovician. So the drifting of continents began during Mesozoic. Drift began some 200 million years ago. That is about the Mesozoic era. That means the Triassic period and the late Triassic epoch, which constitutes the breaking up of the breaking up and drifting apart of the continents. So C. Mesozoic is the correct option. Hope you have followed these questions and hope these are very useful, and see you in the next video. Thank you for your time.